Mr. Andrew
Or maybe her dad just doesn't use it.
Let's go.
Let's go.
You're gonna win, however.
All right, welcome back, class. I know it's been a very, very long day, but we're right to the end of it. It's our last period for today. And today, what we're going to work with is calculating simple interest. But what I want you to do first, get out all your phones and, and scan this QR code. What you're going to do is you're going to pick one university or college that you might want to attend in the future one day. What you're going to do, you're going to research to find the yearly tuition for that school, and then you're going to put that on a sticky note in the Jamboard. Does everyone have the QR code scanning on the Jamboard? Give me a thumbs up. Okay. All right, I know that you're in 8th grade and that's so far away, so maybe you don't have a specific school in mind. So here are some example schools if you want to look at any of these. Look up those and then research their tuitions. But I'm going to give you all 30 seconds now to pick your school, find the tuition, and then put that on the Jamboard. And as you can see, I have my example here, Mr. Spey at Dallas Baptist University, and it has the tuition for that school. So include your name also on your sticky note. Okay, I see that most of you have your submissions posted. Does anyone want to share a little bit about their school, why they chose it?
I'll share.
Yes, Brianna?
I chose LSU because that's in Louisiana, and I was born in Louisiana, so I love that state, and I really want to go there. Go Tigers.
All right, thank you so much for sharing. So I think, what does this have to do with our lesson for today? Well, you will see. But first, can I have Maddie, can you read our lesson objective for today?
We will be able to identify principal, rate, and time from a verbal description and calculate simple interest.
All right, thank you so much. Okay, are there any words here on the board that you can see that are new words that you haven't seen before?
Principal.
Principal, yeah, I agree, that's a word that we haven't used before.
Simple interest.
Simple interest, all right. Okay, so we have two brand new terms today. The first is principal, second is simple interest. And simple interest is the main focus of our entire lesson for today. What y'all been doing for this unit, this is the first day of our new unit. We're going to be working with interest all this unit, but we have two different types of interest. We have simple interest, which we're going to do first, that's going to be today. Later on, we're going to do compound interest. But all you need to know is that today we're focusing just on simple interest. We're going to do compound interest later. Okay, we're going to start with some of our guided notes. And here's some of our definitions for our terms for today. Nicole, can I have you read that first definition for interest?
Yes. Interest is a fee that is charged for borrowing money and is measured by a percent rate.
Okay, so previously in this class, we've worked with tax, we've worked with tips, we've worked with markups. These are all things where it gave us a percent, and we use that percent to find out how much money was added onto something. Interest is very, very similar. It's just something that is happening over and over again. It's going to be giving us a percent, and we're going to use that percent to find out how much money is added onto our total. Because when you take out a loan, or when you put your money in a bank, there's interest on that, and over time that money will grow and grow and grow and grow. So you want to be thinking about that whenever you take out loans or whenever you're putting money in the bank. Okay, Brianna, can I have you read principal, our definition for principal?
Principal is the amount of money originally loaned or invested.
Yeah, this is one of our brand new terms. You can just think of this as like the original investment or the original deposit or the original loan. It's just the amount of money that we start with. And it'll be very easy to see in our problems which amount is the principal. It'll just be the dollar amount, the original amount of money. Okay. Michaela, can I have you read our definition for rate, please?
Rate, or the interest rate, is a percent that describes how fast the interest is growing.
So rate, it will always in our problems be given to us as a percent. So if you ever see the percent symbol, that's going to be our rate, that number next to it. So that's very easy to tell. And then, Kenzie, can I have you read time for us?
The number of years that have passed.
I think this is the most straightforward one. It's just how much time has passed in our word problem. Okay, the formula for calculating simple interest is I equals PRT, where each of those stands for one of our vocabulary words. I is interest, P is principal, R is rate, and T is time. But in here, it just shows that all these letters next to each other. Can anyone tell me what it means when I have all those letters next to each other in an equation?
You're multiplying.
Multiplying it. So it's not just that I'm going to put those numbers next to each other. It's going to be I'm going to multiply my number for principal times the number for rate times the number for time. So that is what we're going to be using today, our formula for simple interest. Okay. Now we're going to go over the steps of our problem solving process. So whenever we're given a word problem that has to do with simple interest, these are the steps that we're going to follow in order to find out what that value would be. Nicole, can I have you read step 1 for us?
Read the problem carefully to understand whether the question is asking for the amount of interest accumulated or the total amount of money in the account.
Okay, so there are 2 types of problems that we might have. You might have just the interest or the total amount. Think back to when we were doing like taxes, tips, stuff like that. You had the original amount of something that it costs, but then that little fee was added on top of it, and so you had a new total. The interest is just that little fee added on. So if it ever asks for interest, I just want the little amount that's being added on. If it wants the total, we're going to find that the total amount, which will be the original plus that fee added on that interest. Okay, Bethany, can I read number 2 for us?
Identify the principal, rate, and time.
Okay, so we have 3 parts of our formula. We have the principal, rate, and time. We're going to have to identify all 3 of those from our word problems. But like I said before, like I'll show you in a bit, there's very easy ways that we can use the phrasing, the wording of the problem to identify what those 3 values are. So next we're going to identify what those 3 things are. Kenzie, can you read number 3 for us?
Rewrite the rate as a decimal by moving the decimal point 2 spaces to the left.
All right, this is something that you've been doing for a long time. Whenever we worked with decimals in problems before, we've always had to move our decimal point 2 spaces to the left, change our percents into a decimal. We've never multiplied with percents, we didn't change them to decimals first. So we're doing the same thing here as we've always done. Okay, we're going to read number 4 for us.
Substitute each component into the formula for simple interest. I equals PRT.
Once we've found all of our values, we've changed our rate into decimal, we're just going to substitute those values in. Okay. And then, Michaela, can I read number 5 for us?
Multiply the 3 components together to solve for I. If the problem is asking for the amount of interest accumulated, this is your answer in dollars.
Okay, so like I said before, when those in our formula, these are saying multiplying together. So once we have those values in it, we're going to multiply together, solve for I. And like I said before, there's 2 different types of questions. If the question is just asking for the interest, that I, that's our answer. So if it was just looking for interest, we would stop there. But if it's asking for the total amount, we're going to do step 6. And step 6 is saying if the problem is asking for the total amount of money in the account, add the value found for I to P. The principal, solve for the total amount of money in the account in dollars. So if I want the total amount, I'm going to take that interest I found in step 5 and add it to my original amount, my principal. So if it's asking for the amount, we have one more step. We're going to do the I plus the P to the total amount. All right, now we're going to do a couple of problems where I'm going to be showing you how we do these steps in action. Okay, here we have this problem. Maddie is planning for her wedding and is taking out a loan of $5,000 to pay for everything. If the loan has an interest rate of 12%, how much will Maddie owe in total after 3 years? Okay, we're just going to go down our list of steps, go step by step. Number 1, we're going to ask, is asking for interest or total amount of money. Just looking at this problem, what do you think it is? Just looking for the interest or the total amount of money?
Total amount.
Total amount of money. I can say that because it has this word total here. Whenever you see in your question it's using the word total, generally it's going to be looking for the total amount. If it ever is just for just interest, they'll be looking for just interest. So I can see that it's looking for the total amount. Next, I need to identify the principal, the rate, and the time. What I like to do here is I like to organize my information. I'm going to write P equals, R equals, and T equals first. Okay, I can see my principal is my original amount of money. I can see here a loan of $5,000. That tells me that my principal is $5,000. Okay, then I have my rate, like I said before, rate will always be as a percent. So I can see here I have this 12%, so my rate is 12%. And then finally time, all I see here is as 3 years. My time is always in terms of years, so I'm going to write 3. Okay, That was our step 2. We identify what all 3 values are. Our step 3 is going to be rewriting the rate as a decimal. So I'm going to take my decimal, I'm going to use my percent, and move my decimal point 2 places to the left. So now it'll be written as 0.12. And then for step 4, we're going to plug our values in to I equals PRT. I have my equation, I equals PRT. Plug them in, I'm going to have 5,000 times 0.12 times 3. And I'm going to multiply all 3 of those together. Can I have someone real quick on their calculator multiply those 3 together for me? 1,800. Okay. And this value that we found just here is our interest. Okay, so that was, we just did step 5. We solved I to get the interest. But is that what we're looking for here? Is that our final answer? No, because it said we want the total, I'm going to have to go to step 6. I can do add I plus P to get A, which is the total amount. So I'm going to do my interest, the 1,800, plus the principal, 5,000, together to get my total amount, which will be 6,800. Okay. One other thing about what this really means. So Maddie originally, she took out a loan of 5,000, but she's not paying back $5,000. She's paying a total of $6,800. So even though it costs only $5,000 up front, because she took out that loan, in the end, she ended up paying a lot more than she originally thought she would. All right, our next problem. Michaela is being financially responsible and saving for the future. She has opened a savings account with an interest rate of 2.5% and has deposited $1,287 into it. If she does not make any payments or withdrawals, how much interest will be earned on the account after 8 years? Okay, we're going to do this first step together, asking for interest or total amount of money. Just looking at this problem, do you think it's looking for the interest or the total amount of money? Interest. Yep, it's saying the word interest here. How much interest? That's my question. So I'm looking for the amount of interest. Okay, what I want you to do, I'm going to give you a minute now. All right, I'm going to give you 2 minutes now to go through the rest of the steps in your groups. I'll be around to help you out, but 2 minutes now, go through the rest of the steps.
Did you say we're in a group?
Yes, you can work together as a group.
Okay. Hi.
Hi.
So the principal, yeah, is 12.
PRT on the side. Those are my tasks.
I need a loss. And then it's 0.0.
Oh, and you had smaller in order to ensure how
I put in the, I forgot a 0.
That's a good teaching strategy. I should write something.
I think she should be a teacher. 5, 7, 4, 0.
Yes, that's one of the steps.
I put PRT.
Girl, you didn't label what P was
It corresponds. But this isn't math.
Okay, I can see that. I can see that we've all gone through this. I can see that we've all done through this. So, Nicole, can I have you come up and label our 3 parts, our P, our R, and our T? Yes.
Yeah, PRT.
Alright, thank you. And Kenzie, can you come and solve this for us?
Yes, sir. That's my work.
Okay, so Kenzie got $257.40. Does everyone agree on this?
Yes.
Okay. Is this our final answer?
Yes.
Yes, because I'm just looking for the interest. I'm just looking for my value for I. So I don't need to add them together. I'm just looking for the interest. So here this means that if Michaela leaves that money in that account for 8 years, there's going to be that $257 added on to what she originally had. That's how much money she'll make off of that bank account after 8 years.
Money.
Okay. I would love to talk about how Brianna really wants to go to LSU, but we don't have a lot of time. But I would just do a similar kind of example where they would work on it and then come up with a solve on the board. Okay. So I've heard about your colleges, but they're a little about mine. Mr. Spey is a proud graduate of Dalhousie University, but he is not proud of how much it cost him. On average, DBU costs $26,929 a year. What you're going to do now with your groups, you're going to calculate and decide which of these three things has the best plan for Mr. Spey. You're going to have to be able to justify your decision, and there may be several different factors. What you notice on your papers is that in a real when I have them all do work together as a group, do all of them. But on your papers, one of them is starred, so do that one and then share it with your group. The starred one. So you don't have to do all three, just do one of those. So share with your group.
Oh, 4 years. 4 years.
Oh yes, and before you start, you want to find how much it would be total. So for 4 years, that'll be your first step.
So 107,000.
In 4 years?
Yes.
4 times 4.
Where'd you get 4?
And what we're going to find here is we're going to find the total amount for each of these plans. If I remember, total amount is going to be adding our I plus our P. So at the very end, we're going to be adding those two together because we're looking for the total amount here. All right, I'll have 1 more minute.
Use? Oh, I thought you were saying something.
Share with each other. The other. Now take 30 seconds now to talk as a group. Decide which plan will be best for me based on all the different factors that you can see there. So decide which plan will be best for Mr. Spey to take for his crippling debt.
It's 245,000.
Okay, so I didn't have their mind for each. And the first one, I got for like $48.50 per month, which is not feasible as a teacher. You make less than $48.
All right, I'm gonna take 10 more seconds. Make a quick decision. 10 more seconds.
He's gonna pay this much money in total.
No. But then like per month, it's $1,023.
Oh wait.
It's not like.
But
then the other two.
Okay, all right, we're gonna come back together. Sorry to interrupt the discussion, but we're running out of time. Okay. Do we have a consensus for both groups?
Yes.
Do we have a consensus here?
Yes, we do.
Okay, so this group, which plan should I take?
In our personal opinions, we think you should take the last option because it is a very large amount of money. However, if it's 20 years and you're making a payment every month, then you're only paying about $1,000 a month, which is a lot more reasonable than the other option.
Okay. Actually, yeah, I skipped ahead myself. Let's actually write on the board what these three are so I'll see. So, can somebody tell me what they got for the Wells Fargo? The total amount.
116,333.28.
Okay, and then what about for Citibank?
137,337.9.
Okay, and then for PNC?
245,592.48 cents.
Okay. So you all said that I should pick the third one. Even though it's the biggest, it's a long time to pay off. Okay, what did y'all say?
We said the same because I did per month. Like the first one, you're paying less overall. Like you're only paying about $9,000 in interest. But teachers make a lot of like K-12 teachers make less than $4,800 a month.
What are you trying to say about me?
And so your payment would be more than what you would take home.
Okay, all right. So I wouldn't want to pick this one. This one's the least, right? Would I not want to pick that one? Why not? Why don't I want to pick Wells Fargo?
You're gonna have to take a loan to pay for the loan.
So this one only gives me 2 years to pay off this much,
Or you can marry
which is.
Okay.
So I think I agree. I think I would take the last one. Thank you for your sound advice. Okay. Now we had that fun activity, finding out about my stuff. Now you're gonna do it for yourselves. What you're gonna do is get this QR code, go back to the Jamboard. Using the tuition discount for your chosen school, you're gonna find the cost for 4 years. And then on that paper you have a list of plans. Normally there's 4, 2 of them are starred. Find the total amount for those 2 starred plans, and then pick which of those plans you would like to use. Or like hypothetically would like to use. Put that plan on the Jamboard next to your original post. And I will show you how I do. There's an example. So next to Mr. Spade's, there's another sticky note that has Mr. Spade's chosen plan with the percent, the years, and the total amount.
Are you paying the total or just
The total. We want the total amount. Just like before, we're going to find the total amount, so we're going to take our interest and add it to our principal. So just do those 2 plans that are starred on your paper, pick one of those plans, and then put that on your sticky note on the Jamboard.
I'm gonna put the interest rate at 58%, not 5. That is.
Yeah, it's.
Okay.
60.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't worry, I got it.
Okay, so you're paying outside the box. You got it.
You never did it all.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sad.
That's 16
million? Maybe carry a zero around?
doesn't seem visible.
Oh, we just gave her a little pat.
It's okay, Michaela. You
Go
got
with
it.
it. What would
I
you
can do,
say?
which one are you doing?
No.
B? Oh, let's see what I did for B. But then the 4 years is 2.
Oh, we didn't move the person. We didn't move the person. Hold on.
Whoops.
I was like, that's really
Yeah, you're right. That's all
There we go. 160.
Bless your heart,
What?
Bless your heart.
She's gonna have a bank at 2 o'clock. Right?
I'm gonna give y'all 30 more seconds
I said you'll have a banker
take
who
that
helps you.
figure one and put on sticky notes.
Hopefully I'm very rich.
Make sure you put that next to the original one so you can see whose is which.
I can't afford to know how to do all this.
Very well, right?
But look at all your friends. But you have friends.
Yeah, you do
We'll
not
tutor your kids for a discounted rate.
They won't get to sing
Just
every
my,
day.
just my,
voiceless.
I'll tutor your kids for the amount of my student loans.
Yeah.
How much?
That's not a good friend to have.
Now, move on down the road, Michaela.
I got those.
Okay, alright, let's come back together. We just have a little bit of time left together. Does anyone want to share the plan they picked and why they chose it? Yes, Maddie?
I chose Plan C because I have to pay it off in 18 years, so it's more than paying it off in 12 years, but $316 a month is a lot more feasible than almost $500 a month.
Okay. So you find out how much it would be per month.
Mhm.
So you divide by, okay.
18 times 12.
Alright, awesome. I love to see that higher level thinking and
Wow.
find the monthly payment and the total amount. Alright, but I agree. There's 2 big factors you want to consider here. You want to consider the total amount, how much you're paying total, but also the number of years. You want to think how much you have to pay every month or every year to pay off that loan. All right. That's all I got for today.